Hello everyone, Tom here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are going to be playing the very much awaited and probably most anticipated character in this series for a lot of people, Murky. He is a melee specialist, has a very unique playstyle, and is beloved or hated by a very prominent part of the community. Both sides, very large vocal voices for both sides. I kind of fall in the middle. He's okay. I don't hate him. We are going to be playing a build that you may not expect. It's actually the highest win rate build on HoTs right now, and it does not use Living the Dream, which I was very surprised by. So let's give it a go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Dragonshire map today at level 1, and we are going to go for block. I don't really like this map anymore. I pretty much decided that it's my least favorite one, mainly because uncoordinated teams will spend the majority of the game away from each other. For instance, I'm probably going to be up here a lot trying to get this. 2 to 3 people on the friendly team are going to be down here a lot trying to get this, and then maybe we get the middle. Whereas the most important strategy for me on this map is to make the enemy team do exactly what you want. If you're going back and forth on these shrines, just come bottom, have everyone come bottom, take bottom, and then get all of the mercenary camps. Make them focus you down bottom, win a team fight, and that's when things can start to change. But most of the time that doesn't happen at all, and you will just kind of be in limbo up here. Bottom lane is the most important lane, by the way, just because of all of the mercenary camps that are in that area. Just heads up, in case you didn't know. But yes, this is the most, the highest win rate build on HoTs right now for Murky, and I was very surprised by this. I also have some dry mouth things in my mouth right now, and I'm noticing my S's. It sounds like I have a retainer in my mouth. It's real weird, so I apologize for that. Anyway, it doesn't use Living the Dream, which is Murky's souped up gathering power talent, which is amazing, by the way, and you should probably go for most times. Instead, it uses slime talents in the early game and bubble talents in the late game. So we're going to try to make it work. We are going to have, well, theory crafting. We are going to have some decent AoE damage, even without pufferfish. And we are going to have a lot of survivability in the late game because of the way that bubble talents work. Basically, they allow you to survive through most things, which is pretty cool. Taking one of the squishiest characters in the game and making him pretty survivable is pretty cool. I've always really liked that. Looks like the enemy team's Artanis having a little bit of trouble. And as you can see, we're just kind of in limbo up here. We're just going to kind of be holding the lane, not really doing much of anything. Is Artanis moving up? You want to come up here, Artie boy? Artanis? He didn't see the pufferfish. Oh, damn it. I was hoping he would just kind of walk into it. Anyway, Artanis can kill me pretty easy, which is why we did go for block. And it's what the build calls for as well. The enemy team is slightly ahead of us. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but we do need to be mindful that they are slightly ahead of us. We are going to go for bigger slime at level 4, which is going to allow our slime to hit a significantly wider area. As you could probably tell, slime does have a tiny slow on it as well. This allows you to kite people pretty well on Murky. Oh, I read you like a book. Didn't pick up on Sylvanas coming down here, though. Hopefully bottom can make something happen. For some reason, we have a Rexar and a Karazim in the middle lane. I don't really know why. But it looks like, nope, probably not going to get bottom. Okay. We are going to use our bubble and try to disengage just a little bit here. Nothing to be too worried about. When Murky does die, he does give XP, even when his egg is down. But that XP is only 25% of what a normal hero would give. So it's okay to die occasionally. Once you die 4 times, it's essentially the same as another character, a normal character dying once. So keep that in mind. You can play aggressively. And really the big thing about playing Murky is just having aggressive egg placements these days. Previously, when he was first added to the game, the eggs did have something like a 45-second cooldown, a really, really long cooldown. These days, you can move your egg every 15 seconds. So we are able to be everywhere on the map if we're playing like that, if we wanted to be. The slime going out on Artanis, and he's not staying to trade, so we are actually going to be able to do some good damage to him. Doesn't look like Karazim wanted to chase after him, though. And the enemy team did send Lily up from the middle lane to contest this point as well, which means there's 3 people up here. Somehow we lost the bottom lane, even though there's 3 people up here. But luckily no one's in middle to actually get that just yet. Nova is capturing the bottom shrine right now. Maybe I should head middle. No, we have vision of everybody right now. It looks like all of these guys recalled up here, so I'm going to move back onto the point. We have almost died, a total of 1 full death. Hello, RD. I was kind of waiting for his triple attack thing to happen. Here we go. Karazim moving in. Let's make this happen, Karazim. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We had a perfect body block, by the way, and I don't know why you moved, but that's all right. We are now going to go for slime advantage. This is going to cause our auto attacks to deal 100% more damage to slimed targets. This is a pretty big deal. You can actually deal some very considerable murky damage just by right-clicking on people after you Q them. Very considerable. And keep in mind that we are able to deal significantly, we are able to slime significantly more targets with this build than you would be able to normally. That does add in a lot of team utility. You are slowing a lot of people when you're in the middle of these team fights with this build. But it also just increases the amount of potential damage you can do to everyone around you. It's actually pretty cool. So we're gonna kite him when he's not attacking me, or when he's trying to attack me, and then turn around and hit him when he's trying to move away. Did that make sense? When he's not attacking me, I'm gonna attack him. When he's given up on the idea, let's put it that way. Once again, we lost top, and bottom was once again reclaimed by the friendly team. I hate this map. I just don't like it. I just don't like. I mean, I'm stuck up here. What am I gonna do? I can't do anything. The team's not really calling out anything that they want to be doing. Artanis is just sitting on this point now, and everyone, okay, everybody left, and everyone on our team is in middle lane, doing stuff in the middle lane. Because everyone is just kind of roaming around, we're falling behind on XP, and it's not looking too good for us right now. It's not looking too good for us at all. Karazim finally coming up top again. Guys, but we need to soak. They're just letting the enemy team's Kerrigan push to her heart's content. And the enemy team is now level 10. The precision beam coming out from the enemy team's Artanis is going to be doing a lot of damage to our Karazim. Here we go. Going to bubble, try to stay alive. And the enemy team does pick up the Dragon Knight. I won't say anything. We'll keep that comment to myself. Alright, so the enemy team with the 2-level advantage now is going to be pushing pretty hard. Artanis decided to stay top, so I'm just going to go down bottom, try to help out with this. Rexar with some pretty poor positioning there is going to be taken down. No reason to have Rexar rubbing his dick on the gate when Misha can go out and fight all of his fights for him. Alright, let's just deal a little bit of damage. Luckily, they weren't able to do too much damage to the fort, but they do have a Sylvanas on their side. Sylvanas will make this push be a lot harder to defend because she's able to nullify the towers. Alright, we are going to go for Octograb at level 10. Maybe we should use it right now. With Lily here, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. Nova coming out with the triple tap. For all of you Nova players, that is by far the worst talent that you could pick up to deal damage in team fights. But Palatime, you could get the upgrade at level 20. The fact of the matter is, when you have a Murky on your team who has Octograb, and I'm bringing this up because I've seen it a lot. I've done 6 or so practice matches on Murky just to get used to his playstyle again because it is so different. But when you have a Murky on your team and you know he's going to be locking someone down in one spot, Precision Strike can secure way more kills than Triple Tap can. And Precision Strike is just better. You're able to zone with it. You're able to use it from any range at all. Triple Tap is by far one of the worst heroics in the game. I really feel like it could be countered so easily, and she has such a better option. I'm surprised it's not like, you know, the discrepancy between the silencing arrow on Sylvanas and the possession talent on Sylvanas. I'm surprised there's not more of a discrepancy with triple tap and precision strike. And some people always get mad at me when I talk so passionately about that ability, but you know what? Deal with it. There's other Heroes YouTubers. You can go watch them if you don't like what I have to say. I'm just telling you the truth, even if you don't want to hear it. All right, are they bitching at each other? We need to get okay. No, not really. We are going to stay up in the top lane because there's a mercenary camp pushing now. The friendly team's Rexar was able to secure another one, and that is now pushing as well. Artanis can actually counter our pufferfish pretty well. When he uses his W ability to make him attack faster, that does allow him to kill our pufferfish in like record time. So we do need to be a little careful versus him. We are going to get the decreased cooldown on the bubble. And I'm just going to keep poking at this guy. Not trying to go in for a kill because quite simply I don't think I can secure one with my ultimate combo right now. The main combo for Murky when you go for the octo grab is throwing out the pufferfish and then locking someone down on top of it. Allows you to deal a tremendous amount of damage to one target. And of course that target can't move after you do that. Looks like there's a huge fight going on down in the bottom lane. But we didn't have anyone mid. We didn't have anyone mid at all. We did manage to kill 2 members of the enemy team, though. Let's go ahead and move my egg as it's about to die. That egg movement ability only has a 15-second cooldown, so you really are incentivized to move that a lot more than you were in the past. Can I octo-grab this? Yeah, let's just let it take some tower damage. It'll give our team time to move in here. It took some pufferfish damage. For some reason, everyone's still bot, and I'm the only one hitting this along with Nova. So can we maybe get some people coming to this objective? Can we maybe do that? Here they go. They're starting to come in one at a time now. It's only been up for 30 seconds. Okay. Block also allows us to survive a lot more punishment from the Dragon Knight. Just another use for block on this character on this particular map. The Dragon Knight did hit us, I think, 2 times there, and we barely even felt it. We just kind of shrugged it right off. Artana's now pushing top. I'm going to ping for some assistance. Looks like the friendly team is going to be following me. We're going to come in with the slime, slow him down, then go straight into the bubble. And I could octo-grab here, but I just don't think it's necessary. We're going to be able to pick up that kill, no problem. The enemy team not showing on the map right now. Sylvanas dead and Artanis dead. That's going to give us a lot of room to really push into these tier 1 structures. But people are leaving. Rexar. Oh, God, he's going to defend middle. I guess that's okay. We really have not been working as a team at all, though. I don't like this map. I know I've said that already. We are going to get Rejuvenation Bubble, which is going to allow us to heal every time we go into the Safety Bubble, which again is our E ability. This is going to allow us to avoid a ton of damage that the enemy team could potentially dish out. Positioning so I can stop Lily if she goes for her Jug ultimate here. That's really my only concern. Gonna go ahead and lock her down now. Hopefully the team will move in on this. Currently we don't have any damage being done, and the Divine Palm was used really nicely, but the friendly team actually didn't do enough damage to trigger it, which I'm surprised by. The enemy team now moving in a bit harder. Nova disengaging from this fight already made me think we were leaving, but I guess we are staying. We're going to throw down the pufferfish in this choke point. That's going to do 2 things. It's going to either force the enemy team's Artanis back or forward. We put it right here, so we would either have to go around this building or back up, and the same thing was true for Sylvanas. We threw that down so she would not move in and help her teammate. A lot of people don't really use the pufferfish to zone adequately, and you really should. It doesn't just deal damage. Kind of the same thing with the precision strike from Nova. You don't have to use it to deal damage. You can just use it to zone people away from an area and give your team that extra second. We are going to get a Dragon Knight really fast. Very good job from the friendly team, finally getting a little coordination out of him. And we'll start to push middle. Always position with the Dragon Knight so you don't soak up damage from multiple structures at one time. It's pretty important. You don't want to just walk in and waste your Dragon Knight. Very good stun coming out from Misha there. Probably could have capitalized on that a little bit more. But as you can see, I'm going for the fort here because it's the more important building. So how are we positioning to do that? Well, we're positioning so the tower doesn't hit us as well because we don't need that extra damage. We don't need that extra damage at all. Looks like the friendly team getting pretty split here. Artanis taking a lot of damage. Now turning around on him. We are going to get a good snipe from the friendly team's Nova. And that was pretty good. Now, I did probably stay in here a little bit too long, but you know what? Mistakes can be made. Locking down the enemy team Sylvanas so Nova could snipe her over the wall, and she did just that. So good. Good. I'm happy. We're starting to work together a little bit more. That being said, our Nazeebo is just up top for some reason. I don't really understand. I'm sorry if I'm extra salty today. I've been trying a lot of Murky. And my matches have really not been going that well. But I don't feel like I've said anything that's untrue. So, I mean, there's that too. Tough love, baby girl. Let's go ahead and just pufferfish this. That should be enough to kill it. They won't react to that in time. Nazeebo walking into 2 people for no reason. Could have easily been killed there if Kerrigan had her cooldowns. We are going to pick up And a Shark 2, which is going to allow us to deal passive damage with our ultimate. So normally, Octograb is just used to lock someone in one spot. So your team can capitalize on a kill, and you can deal damage with your pufferfish, guaranteed damage with your pufferfish. But And a Shark 2 allows you to just beat them in the face with a shark, which is really satisfying, by the way. Really, really satisfying. It allows you to deal a lot of damage when you also include the combo as well, which of course is the pufferfish going down. The enemy team doesn't seem to be... Oh, hello. Triple tap is going to work there. I can't be too mad. It did work there. See, that's the problem, though. When you're going against lower skill enemies, triple tap is going to be one of those abilities that you can just pick off people all day. Because lower skilled enemies do not stay together. They do not move as a group. They constantly try to just do their own thing. The quick match mentality. You guys know what I'm talking about. You are going to pick up kills with triple tap in those scenarios, but the second you go against a coordinated team, all of a sudden triple tap becomes useless. Even if you get the level 20 upgrade, which I assume everyone does, she is going to be able to reset her triple tap constantly. I mean, I get that. But with that, if your team is actually doing their job and killing targets as well, all of a sudden you kill someone before the triple tap projectile is in motion to kill them, before it impacts them. So all of a sudden your level 20 talent does nothing. Right now they're choosing to fight this. Nazeebo's off in his own little world pushing, and no one's really paying attention to the Dragon Knight Shrine at all. Nova moving in is going to take it. Oh, well, she's going to try to. I'll go help. I don't know what he's doing at all. Where are you going? You're worried about a single mercenary camp? Okay, well, can we make anything happen here? No, not really. Hopefully he'll jump back to me. He's gonna I'm gonna stay in jump range. Please jump. Okay. All right. Well, they have bottom shrine. See, bro? I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. Can you enlighten me? It's like... What are you doing? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Alright, we'll kill Sylvanas. Okay. Can we come in with a Gargantuan and get a kill? I don't think so. She's moving away too fast. We took out their gates and towers, everybody. While you were doing that. Okay. Alright. Well, is Rexar getting bottom? No, it looks like Artanis is there. Well, we should probably go help. No, I have to stay middle now. Pretty important that I stay middle now. Is she gonna chase me? Hi, we do have the Octograb in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and use it. This is gonna take Lily out. I believe she was going for Jug right there, but we have eliminated her from the match. The enemy team now moving down from the top lane. We're fighting Karazim and Kerrigan. But that 7-sided strike, it deals damage. It deals percentage-based damage, but it does it to it spreads it out between every single target on the point. So we were able to get 4 kills there. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and come up with Karazim to the top. The only person left alive on the enemy team is Sylvanas. Karazim can probably kill Sylvanas by himself, but we'll just come up here to make sure he's a little bit more secure. And now our Nazebo is doing a good play. Right before we get Dragon Knight, you are still able to get Mercenary Camps, so he was starting that before we were able to jump into that Dragon Knight. But now we have that pushing middle lane. We are up 2 levels on the enemy team, and this is probably going to be a push where we can win the game. The punt coming out on the enemy team, Sylvanas, nicely done, removing her from the equation for a little while. We're gonna rip right through this fort, and can we deal some core damage? Anybody want to deal some core damage? No, we're going for more forts. I mean, several people on the enemy team were dead. We could have easily just gone core, but that's okay. If they want to go for this, we can. The quick match mentality, never actually knowing when you should do core damage. Good punt on Artanis is going to remove him for a while. I'm going to try to keep him from coming back in. We do have the Octo Grab, so here we go. He didn't move forward, instead turning around, but that's going to be a pretty easy kill. Looks like this chase is still going on. We do not have the Octo to interrupt Lily, but don't worry, Kerrigan's safe. he was kicked away. Now we're moving in on core. Now we're gonna do some damage. The Dragon Knight not gonna last much longer though, and again, it shouldn't matter. We could have done this damage earlier, and there wasn't really much that they could do to stop us. We're just kind of delaying the inevitable at this point. But that's okay. That's gonna be a win on Murky. There you go, guys. This was Murky. This is actually the highest win rate build on Hot Slogs right now, which again caught me by surprise. I wanted to talk about a lot more. I don't know. I just don't think I'm in a good mood today. I don't know. I suppose that happens. So when Murky was added to the game originally, everyone was going for slime talents, and then people realized that you can combo his abilities together if you go for the pufferfish and octo grab. So then the combo of throwing down these giant pufferfish because of your level 7 talents, and then these slimy pufferfish and the Wrath of Cod, that idea became the go-to for Murky, and he became very, very strong at just killing everyone. That became a little bit too strong, and Blizzard decided to nerf him. I believe they reduced the amount of damage that those abilities do, and I believe they moved some of his talents around, making it so it became very hard to do the pufferfish build, and basically Murky saw no play at all. Then they came in with a lot of Murky changes. They reduced the cooldown on his egg by a very significant amount. This allows you to move your egg up and have some very aggressive egg placements. So if you do die in a team fight, you could just come back in and deal a lot of damage with a very short cooldown. And if they do kill your egg, it's not that big of a deal. You just leave. Along with that, they did introduce the Living the Dream talent, which is like Gathering Power on steroids. Amazing talent, which was one of the reasons I wanted to show off this build today, because it doesn't use that talent. It's one of the very few Murky builds that I've seen be successful without using Living the Dream. Living the Dream is exceptional, though. Today's build, just so you know, block, then bigger slime, slime advantage, octo grab. Then we went for Bubble Machine and Rejuvenating Bubble, along with and a Shark too at level 20. So the idea was, in the early game, we're dealing a ton of damage with our slime versus the people in our lane, and we were in lane the basically majority of this video. Then as you progress to the late game, you get a lot of survivability out of your E ability. And of course, whenever you want to, you can go in with the Pufferfish Octo Grab combo and kill most people. I felt like I was salty, but I think all of my criticisms were true. I don't know. This was Murky. I hope it was worth the wait. I genuinely do. I don't know. I'm out of it today. I think I'm gonna go relax. Maybe lift some weights. I don't know. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.